We're
We are
live.
actually
Oh, we're
live.
live
Hello,
now.
everybody. Good
Oh,
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
good.
Welcome to the Daily Whatever.
Welcome.
I'm
I'm
Dana
Lawrence
Giuliani.
Witterman.
And I'm Nick Paro.
Nick,
I'll
every
jump
time
in.
it's so exciting when we bring someone who we know from the chat live. It is like meeting a famous person. We're
It
like,
is.
like putting name to face. It's so exciting. And I love you're matching the burly beard,
Thank you.
mode. Generally, a lot of the men who come on the Daily Whatever have fabulous beards.
One, thank you. It's kind of like being with famous people on the other way too, to be honest. Because I listened to Lawrence last night, and I was talking to Lawrence a little before you got on,
Oh,
and I told him, I was like, it was listening yesterday to his book, reading live was like listening to an Audible book again. And it just felt like I forgot I was listening to something that I hadn't bought on from like a Brandon Sanderson novel or like something like that I would just sit there and listen to. It was actually, it's also the reader because
yeah.
there's a voice reader for I don't know if anybody here in the chat reads Brandon Sanderson. I'm assuming you guys do.
I do.
I
Yeah.
do
Or I'm
not.
assuming Lawrence, at least you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
I
not.
don't know if you know the voice reader for any of his books on Audible. The
I
male
don't
that does it,
actually. I read like on Kindle all my books. I don't really do audio.
you should listen just to hear his voice because you have such a quality that's very similar to the way he speaks. And he's one of my
Oh.
favorite voice readers to listen to.
Nice. Okay. Well, I would say career alternative for me, except that AI is going to take that before I can get up and running.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Ursa, down, down.
Well, Nick has several beautiful puppies with him. But Ursa, you were just telling us, Nick is a friend's dog, and she's all dog, no brain.
All dog, no brain. Lots of. She's afraid when you carry things or bearded people, and I have beards and for days, and I carry things in my house, and so she doesn't really like me until I'm sitting down. So it's a very interesting thing. But I've got my buddy behind me. He's a blue healer. I'll actually show him because I know you guys love puppies.
We
Show me.
Kilo,
do. Puppies and
Kilo.
kitties.
This is Kilo.
Oh, what a beauty.
Hi,
He's
Kilo.
an
You said Kilo?
Kilo. When we got him, he was rather white, um, and had very few other colors on him. So he was our little kilo of cocaine. Um, my my wife actually got him while I was deployed to Afghanistan, and when I left, the one of the only requests I had was do not get a dog while I'm gone. And
Oh,
then I
man.
get a text, and then I get a text like 2 weeks into my deployment. Here's our new puppy.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it!
I
And now he
just
loves me.
said.
I said the one thing.
You can't blame a girl,
No, I didn't blame her. Oh my gosh, he's my favorite. And he became our daughter's protector and friend, and herded her throughout her child. So he's been a partner.
I love that. My dog was trying to make her way over here, but I think she just gave up. She's on the little mattress that's still on the floor here from her surgery. She had a few months ago. Before we go a step further, I want to. We kind of talked about this, but didn't directly say it.
Yeah.
Lawrence did a live yesterday where he read a chapter from his book, and a bunch of us were on it. And it's now available, and you should go listen because in addition to it being beautifully written, Lawrence in his beautiful voice, reading his beautiful writing
Oh,
was like
shucks.
a whole other experience, right?
It was amazing.
It was
It was,
amazing.
thank you. It was super fun to do it. And I I don't know. This doesn't sound particularly humble, but like I love my characters, right? Like I love what I've written, and I love the world that I am building in these books. And so it was just really exciting to share it in a way that more people got to hear it. So thank you for being there and listening, and thank you for the compliments.
Well,
Thank you for
it was
reading it.
worth it. Spraying water at myself.
Because you're being crazy. And then Lena has a dog. She called it Fusen. That's funny. That must get confusing in
During
multiple ways, perhaps.
lives.
Nick, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Nick Paro,
Yeah.
introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
So I'm Nick Paro. I'm new to this world a little bit so far. I write the Sick of This Shit with Nick publication and the Sick of This Shit podcast, and I do political, patriotic, socially charged and relevant and irreverent poetry. And I just started yesterday for our first show ever was the Shit Talk, um, which was our first live, which I did with Wendy actually.
Nice.
And I think we're going to be doing it a lot more. And we had an amazing crowd. We had an amazing talk. And I'm a veteran. I work in the tech space. I'm kind of jobless, but not really anymore. I actually start a contract next week, so I'm not jobless anymore.
Nice. Congratulations.
So thank you. And so I write poetry, and I'm trying to get people more active. I'm trying to help with the video. And yesterday I did a live reading for the first time ever of poetry. Um, and I am trying to provide a different view on what it might mean to be a straight man, or I guess a bisexual man, that can pass as straight, without any issues. I want to make it so that other veterans can feel like it's okay to do things that are creative. Show my son and boys that it's okay to write poetry and that you don't have to be a YouTuber to be famous. You could write or do things or podcast for a living, but do things that aren't destructive and gross.
Yeah.
And so that's who I am.
That is so important. Like Gen Z kids and Gen Alpha after them, kind of growing up with this toxic masculinity all over the pods is a really scary thing. Like they're absorbing those messages, and I think all of us recognize that stuff that you absorb when you're a kid or when you're younger and kind of first forming your worldview, it sticks.
Oh, Dana, I'm on my phone. Could you drop a link for my Substack? Morgan X just asked for one.
Oh, yes, of course. Hang on.
Yeah. And just FYI, I'm not on my computer because apparently it bricked itself last night trying to do the Windows update that I didn't want it to do. So trying
It's
to
that
undo
new
the changes, and I'm afraid I've lost my computer forever. So, well,
it's that new Palantir that's getting formatted in.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Their Palantir has pushed an update onto my computer so that they can track my every move. Great.
Yeah, it's all that Windows AI stuff. They just
Right.
gotta force feed it into things. So I'm a techie, also, and I work in the tech sector, and that's one of my favorite things to talk about. And Wendy and I started talking about AI, and I think that's something we're going to talk about a lot because we're both in the tech field. And we have a lot and we're both security focused software engineers, and we have a lot to say on what's going on with AI. And I have a lot to say what's going on the military side of it and how dangerous it is. Because
Nice.
I got to work with Palantir Tech before.
Great.
You kind of just have to if you're in the Army. It's sort of part of the job. I'll take my glasses off, the fogging up. But yeah, that's who I am. And like it's scary out there. And I'm just trying to be. I'm a millennial. Like I'm.
We gotta go. Lawrence.
Yeah, God,
Stay on the
gotta go wash my beard. A millennial.
Oh yeah. Am I too young? Am I too young for y'all?
Teasing. Gen Xy is an adjective. Anyone can have the Gen Xy attitude. No, we want to hear all different perspectives.
Oh yeah.
I'm just playing with you, Nick. Keep going. You're a millennial, and
I'm a millennial, and I grew up with the constant knowledge that I was going to be gaslit the entirety of my life.
Mm,
Like I was in high school when I was told that my generation crashed the housing economy, and I was like, I haven't even graduated high school yet. Like, what do you mean we crashed the economy? I'm
right.
not even part of the economy.
Right.
Um, and so I accepted I was going to be gaslit for the rest of my life, and I don't want to do that to my children, and I don't want to let that happen to my kids. And I'm Jewish, and so we live in a time of the rise of Nazism.
Right.
And what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not my fucked up Friday story, but that's
Yeah.
like what the fuck.
We
So I
covered that
got
with Ogre
into this to
yesterday.
do that. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, oh, that was so good yesterday. I'm so glad you guys did that. Please continue to have those discussions. Like they're needed more, and we need to be able to talk about them because if we can't talk about it, we can't combat it.
Right.
Yes, the nuance between being Jewish and and Israel, like
Yeah, and being one of the
there's no nuance.
Zios,
Yeah,
that's a disgusting word.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No.
an adorable little nickname. That's truly disgusting, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
I hate when you hear something like that and you realize, fuck, I'm going to hear that word for the rest of my life. Like
yep.
that is like a new term that is going to stick around, and I'm going to have to vomit, 30 years from now when I hear it. So
And I'm gonna have to explain it to my kids when they come home and go, hey, I heard this cool new word today talking about the something going on, and these
right.
people are this, and
yeah,
it's like it's all the slang, all
Yeah,
that slang you guys are talking about. It's
yeah.
prevalent everywhere.
yeah.
Anyway, yo,
Nick, where
hey, hey,
approximately where in the U.S. are you? You're on the East Coast, I think.
Arkansas.
no, I'm
Okay.
in Northwest Arkansas. I live in the home of I won't myself exactly, but I live in the region of the home of Walmart.
Okay.
All right.
Um, so if you know, well, I mean, I live in Walmart territory. I live in the northwest area of Arkansas. It's beautiful. I actually met one of, I think she comes in quite often. Yesterday, I was at the Good Trouble rally and met one of our friends, Kimmy. And she was awesome. And so it's really cool to build a community around here.
Oh, good. Oh, you met a friend from Substack. I don't think
Yeah.
I know Kimmy. Okay.
I think she's in Wendy's lives a lot.
Okay.
I told her she's one of my subscribers and I told her she should come on over if she can this morning. Um, and it was so fun to meet someone from the group,
Very
and from
cool.
the community. So this
That's
has been
amazing.
awesome so far. Thank you guys for welcoming me into it too.
Of course. But he would
Absolutely, man. We can kind of tell when somebody is one of us.
Well, I went to
absolutely.
school for music originally, and I joined the army after. So I'm a music theory and composition major originally. So I like
You
writing classical
contain,
music.
yeah, you contain many multitudes here, Nick. We've got father, security engineer, feminist, not a Zio,
I'm
musician,
glad I'm not one of those.
right? Lawrence, have you noticed, like, we have a small but mighty community growing here. There's a very large Jewish population within those who kind of breeze through it. We don't intentionally bring them in. So like we're like recruiting Jewish people or that we're called, you know,
Oh, you're not emitting the secret tone that they taught us in Hebrew school?
Yeah, you didn't get the phone. You
Right.
didn't get
The
the Jew phone when you were a kid.
the secret
told you
shofar,
it's just
Yeah, the shofar. It's the thing in the door when you put the what is the I don't
mezuzah.
remember. Mezuzah on the door, you actually get an alarm wired back in. It's Jew Neuralink.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
it's our
good, good.
version.
Yeah. Elon's
It's the
definitely not
Mossad
involved in
version.
that because he doesn't like us. So
Yeah, it's the Mossad version. It's actually more Russian based because so much of Israel is actually tied into Russia. Um,
cool, cool,
historically,
cool.
cool. Yeah, the good stuff.
Right. Like the
ah,
I love the whole that Epstein was a Mossad agent went from like a Gen Z TikTok conspiracy theory to a thing that I'm reading about in the New York Times in basically like 2.5 weeks.
Right?
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that so
amazing stuff.
the so some of that is actually so a lot of that actually isn't, at least on the reporting side, the origins of the reporting of that are not coming from an anti-Semitic viewpoint. I know that I follow along with the author who's been doing a lot of that reporting over the
Mhm.
last few years.
Yeah.
Is Zev Shalev. Um,
Yeah.
and
He's on with Dean Blundell a lot.
yeah, he's on with Deal. And I like the reporting because he's just breaking it down in facts. And he's like, and at the end, like I was listening to Lev Parnas talk about it a little bit yesterday with Michael Cohen, and Lev was like, well, he's not saying he is Mossad. He's saying there's connections because you can never prove that somebody's Mossad. Nobody in Mossad is going to come out and go,
Sure.
I'm in Mossad, because they're, like, that's how you die. Um,
Right. Right. That's how you end your
that's
life.
yeah, if you want to unalive yourself, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Is you tell somebody you're in Mossad and be serious about it. And so it'd be interesting to think. I think there are connections there. I also think there's connections with the KGB, and other things like that, because it's a global pedophilia ring. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact that it was connected to gathering compromise, that just seems so
Hmm.
obvious in retrospect, right?
Yeah,
And
and how he buried himself with one person, to be totally honest, in visible life. And
yeah,
who's that one person? It just
Donald
happens to be our
Trump.
president.
Right. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Cat's been doing a really good job about surfacing the reporting that's going on that connects all in the Wall Street Journal report about all of the money that transacted through four banks after Epstein died, or after he was arrested and then after he died. It's like $1.5 billion in transactions that
I'm
are
still here. I'm
traced to
still
Billion?
here.
some of the shadiest people. So yeah, there's more
Mm.
coming out. There's more coming out, and Trump is clearly breaking down.
I'm still here. I'm just grabbing my, I don't know. Dana, were you able to drop
Yes, you put it in there. It's just that
my
the
thing
chat
in
is
the
so
chat
active that things fly
for
by.
okay, okay.
Yes, I put it
Sorry.
in
I'm
there
not
twice.
following along without. Yeah. It disappeared so fast. I'm not even following along, so it's okay. Sorry to anybody who's saying things if I'm not following you.
Yes, we
Um,
try to
s-
keep up and to read things aloud
yeah.
as they
Yeah,
add to the conversation, though we know we miss so much and we really want Substack
Oh, yes.
to capture the chat in the lives, and that
yeah.
feature has to be coming, right?
I did
Surely
notice
it is?
that Wendy put some Hebrew into
Surely
the
it has
chat,
to.
thinking somehow that the three of us speak
Yeah.
Hebrew. Good job,
I
Wendy.
stopped. I
Yes.
stopped going to Saturday school when I was like 5.
Yeah, yeah. I went to Hebrew school up until the point they asked me if I wanted to be bar mitzvahed, and I said no. And then they were like, "Uh, all right, well, get the fuck out."
I
I
Wendy,
got
I
got
bar
should
bar
say,
mitzvah.
mitzvahed.
I went all the way through.
I
Wendy
got bar
says,
mitzvahed in college.
"Oh, look at you go." Wendy asks, "Wait, what? Am I the only one who speaks Hebrew?" Wendy,
yes, dear.
yes.
Yes.
You know why?
American. I
Because my
I felt no
Wendy
need to study the language of my dead ancestors.
Wendy says, "I've often thought about converting." Wendy, you have that vibe. I like, yes, you should if you want to.
You should.
Right, a
I
Celtic Jew. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
why not?
Druidic Jew, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Sounds very Jewish to me.
right. I mean,
Here's
we've
the
already
thing.
identified that most Jewish traditions are shamanic in their basics anyway, right? So why not?
I think if you do the
Yeah.
work, you can convert, Wendy. And I know you told me that there's Talmudic cases for multiple genders, so like it shouldn't be a problem. You could probably go school any rabbi on it.
I mean,
Here's
the right wing rabbis in Israel will never grant you citizenship. Like, you'll never truly be
no.
Jewish according to them. But welcome to my world. Mom converted in a Reformed temple, so it didn't stick. Apparently, just washed right off after I came out.
Right. And the thing about our Hebrew school that we went to, at least in South Florida, Wendy, is um, I was there, I think, second through seventh grade. So 5 super formative years. So I can read Hebrew. I can read block Hebrew from the Torah
Right.
phonemically. I don't know what it means. I can look at it though and transliterate. Bahama, la, da, da. I could sing. I could do my bat mitzvah.
Right. We can
But they
say
never
Baruch
taught
atah
me.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Yes, we can say
We
little
know the
prayers all day,
poem.
Right.
but
Right.
we cannot. If they
Shall
had
insert
actually
name of
taught
holiday
me,
here.
right? If they'd actually taught us the language, like how to speak it and how to read scripts, like modern day Hebrew, so we could go to Israel and read shit, perhaps we would have had more interest in the culture. To me, it's like very sorry, Kira's being very feisty today. It's very indicative of like what felt like hypocrisy to me about religion of like, we're going to teach you enough to put on a show so you can become a woman in front of the congregation.
Yes.
But we're not going to teach you anything you understand. You just have to take it on belief.
Yeah. Yes.
And,
Ding, ding, ding. That
yeah.
was why I chose not to be bar mitzvahed. I think my parents were shocked. I was like, does this mean I have to be Jewish for the rest of my life? And, and they were like, you get a big party. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do it.
My big bat mitzvah party was really fun, though. I wish we had been friends back then, better friends. Lawrence and I have known each other since 4th grade. And we've been
that's awesome.
Was I not at your bat mitzvah? Am I just like blending your 16th, Sweet 16 into your bat mitzvah? I don't remember.
I think you are. I remember you being at my Sweet 16, of course. I think I still have the photo album somewhere in my basement. I'll have to dig it up. There were like 45 kids there, I think, because I've always been me. And I'm like, invite everybody. I don't want to make anybody feel left out.
Right.
Let's build a community. It was at Gibby's restaurant.
Oh my God.
That place. Yeah.
Okay. We're doing South Florida flashbacks here, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I got bar mitzvah when I was in college by the Chabad rabbi or the Shabbat rabbi. I don't remember.
No.
I don't know enough Hebrew.
Chabad, the
rabbi.
Jewish organization group. Yeah.
Yeah. He did it like on campus, like in the middle of, it was a quick thing. I was like, sweet. I'm a man now. Can I leave?
Nice.
And I
was
left.
like, no, you step over here. We're going to do your bris.
Yeah.
He was like, that foreskin.
Well, that at least I didn't have to worry about that because I was a baby when that happened.
Yeah. No, thank you, Dr. Kellogg. Thank you for universal American circumcisions. We're all so grateful.
I've known it. I've never known it any other way, so I don't know to be ungrateful.
Right. I mean, I've had a chance to play around with enough foreskins that I kind of wish I had one.
Well, that's fair. I haven't, so there's the difference.
Yeah, there you go. All right, changing topic slightly, Nick. I want to note that you're a poet and you wrote a come and go tribute poem.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you to read it here in front of the people.
No,
but
you can.
Everyone, go check it out. Go check it out.
I will read it too. I'll grab my computer real quick and read it because I can't see it here, and I'd rather everybody see me if they want me to read it.
I think you should. I think you should go read the come and go tribute poem.
Okay, give me a second while
yes, we want you to, Nick, and also
there's no explicitity in it.
It's short.
Okay, good. That was my one thing. Was like, it's fucked up Friday, man, and we got lots of news to talk about.
We got a lot of fucked up shit to talk about.
Excellent.
Oh yes, no, this one's a pure sonnet and simple.
Okay. Excellent.
Kat's asking. Kat says, I'm going to ask something private. My son is not circumcised, but one is. He questions whether he should do it now that he's 16. What does anyone think? God, no. Keep your foreskin. It is genital mutilation. Do not get circumcised. That is my very, very strong opinion that I could wax on about for the rest of this show. Do not let your son get circumcised, for God's sake. If we were asking a girl if she wanted to be genitally mutilated, we would all rebel. Absolutely not.
I have to admit, I always wanted to raise daughters, and I have 2 daughters, and it's wonderful. But when I was pregnant and didn't know yet, I was like, one of the big reliefs of not having a son was that my ex and I did not agree on circumcision. And so we never had to face that. Amusingly, the Jew is against it.
We we chose to for our son. And thinking back on it, I do see the issues with it. Um, and I wouldn't do it again, I don't think. Um, especially at this time in my life, I wouldn't do it again. Um, and I hope my son chooses not to when he's an adult, for his kids, if he has them, and that he breaks that chain. Because I think it was probably the wrong choice in the long run for him. We did it because of the medical, some of the medical upsides of it, and we had enough medical stuff, and he came out with some small medical issues anyways. We didn't want to get him in with anything else going on when he was a baby. So we did one thing that probably wouldn't do again.
You know,
Yeah.
And yeah, that's three Jews saying don't do it. So don't do it.
Yeah.
right. I
So
think
Sun is saying in the chat if he wants to when he's older. And yes, like I do believe in bodily autonomy, but
of
the
course.
thing about not circumcising your son when he's a baby is that it does give him the choice when he gets older to figure out what he wants to do with his own body. So
Yeah.
yes.
And we took that choice away without realizing it when we were young parents.
Well, and because you're trained to by American
Yeah.
Yeah.
society, you know.
Yeah. We were taught to believe that was right. Okay. Going back on topic, short poem before we get to fucked up Friday. Okay.
Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna try and not mess up some of them. There's some there's some good rhyming in here for us. Um, this was Lawrence's request to be actually from the other show the other day where we talked about a gas station in the South called Come and Go. Um, I did not include their name in the poem for any possible copyright violation. They're no longer actually named that, which is really a shame because I love the name and it's in the South. And it was so funny to see just the KUM, just knowing exactly what they were doing and just not coming out and saying it. Okay, so this is and went, you bent and sent. There once was a place where you came and went. It was a splash and dash, you came in fast. Faster you came, quicker you bent and sent. It made you smash and crash, you could not last. There now was a place filled with cream and scream. It was a spit and blow, we had to go. Going so long, train we stream and team. It makes us sit and spit, it was a show. There was a place with a slap and fap. It made me piss and pass. I want the gas. Gassing you up, running we strap and tap. It was a stick and prick with nut to pass. We pass as one building. We come, go and come. We mass as one, sending. We bum and numb.
Woo! Nick, there was no like skeet and eat or skeet and beat.
No, it was late when I was writing it and I wanted to stay close to the come and go part, but I
Yeah.
forgot all the extra, like when you're writing, like everything, sometimes you just brain dump and you're like, I forget words.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've definitely had that experience. Well, thank you for gifting us with some come and go inspired poetry.
You're
That's very
very
on brand for
welcome.
us, I think.
It absolutely is. Oh my
It's a
God.
bit off brand for my poetry. But I'm gonna do it anyway as today's podcast because it's
Nice.
Friday and we may as well, and there's shitty news going on. So why not have some fun?
Why not have some fun?
Excellent. I love it.
I left the chat. I wasn't, keeping track for a second. And at the bottom now I see it, Morgan X just asking, I'm so dull. I don't read about or watch sex. I just have sex. Am I terrible? No.
Right.
No,
I don't know the context at all. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. And honestly, like, this is your Carrie Bradshaw moment. And then, and just like that, I realized I don't read about sex. I just have it.
And write about sex. I couldn't help but wonder. Once you know her catchphrases, like I just watched all of Sex and the City. We should really have an episode. I feel like I could write a dissertation about that show now. And I love the show, to be clear. But I do I couldn't help but wonder, like, who were the writers who used that same exact lead into her theme as she's, writing her story each episode. And I was like, y'all vary the language. I mean, maybe they just wanted her to be associated with a couple of catchphrases, and just like that,
Right.
that one obviously stuck enough to name the next thing.
Right. Sadly, the poet Miranda just joined after Nick read his poem. Ah,
Oh, Miranda, you missed it.
Ah,
I'll
wait,
well,
gotta
post it.
be here right
I'll
away for
post it
the
again after too.
That's right, you're gonna read it later today, you said, so, uh,
should we do it? Should we do Fucked Up Friday?
I think I'm ready for Fucked Up Friday. We
I think
generally
so.
Nick, I know you're new-ish to our community, but it seems like each week as we do this, there's like a horror of the week that's the huge story, We bombed
Yeah.
Iran. We,
Well, at least we didn't do
assassinated.
that again.
Right.
Right.
And every week there's this great trauma. And then by the next week, it's completely out of the news cycle. That's the most shocking thing for me to discover from doing this theme every week, Lawrence. But this week, the dominant theme is kind of, it's
Right.
still the Epstein files.
Right.
And
Kind of
It
good in
is.
a
it's
crappy
like,
way. Like the Epstein file is breaking through and sticking to Trump,
Yeah, it's
despite the
not
fact
going
that it
away.
involves the rape of 1,000 underage girls. Other than that horror.
right.
Yeah, other than that abomination, like
Yeah.
I asked Wendy this yesterday, so leading into fucked up, and I won't choose Epstein as my fucked up Friday story because for me that's the obvious would be the obvious choice,
Right.
obviously. But it's so fucked up. Like, just we're now led by all three branches of our government who currently are tacitly, if not outright approving pedophilia as national policy and
Yeah.
that it's okay. Like, I feel so disgusted by that as a veteran, as a patriot, as just a citizen. Like, oh, I got a daughter, I've got a son. Like, what am I supposed to tell my son? Like, no, you can't do that behavior, but the president does it, the Supreme
Right.
Court allows it, Congress allows it, but no, you can't do that because it's fucking morally wrong and gross.
Right.
Like you don't do shit like that. Anyway,
Right.
not on the pedophilia story. We'll go for a slightly different angle on all of this.
Yes. Would you
I
like
had
to go? I like how you're just jumping in, Nick. Guest always goes
Oh,
first.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Thank you, Dana. I'll lead off on this one for this. Uh it's actually been the theme of my poetry this week. Was the decision to me the most fucked up decision this week was SCOTUS. The Supreme Court ruled that Donald Trump and his regime could continue dismantling the Department of Education under Linda McMahon and A1 steak sauce for AI for her,
Hmm.
however she friggin'
Yeah.
idiot.
A1.
Um, yeah, our new A1 society. And I live in a red state, and I've had people come at me after I posted those videos. I've had a couple comments of, "You don't know what you're talking about. This isn't going to affect people in the red state or in any states. Those are state by state decisions." Um, but the dismantling of the Department of Education is really fucked up because one, I've got two kids who are young and in the education system who both rely on special services and special education. And this directly impacts them. Like,
Yeah.
this is the services they need to live and be successful as kids. And it's fucked up because I did not give permission for them to destroy my children's futures. Like, that's my parental right, right? They talk about parental rights and they took all of mine away
Right.
and just
Yeah.
said, nope, we're going to do it this way now. And I have a daughter. Title IX, the only reason that she has any protections for equal education or sports or after school activities is because of that stuff. And I'm still paying on my student loans. Third part of this, still paying on student loans from the first time I went to college over 11 years ago now when I
Yeah.
graduated. Like, it's been a decade and I'm still paying on those. The only thing protecting those is the Department of Education. Sending people to debtor's prison is the next step, which is why they're already collecting on student loans. It all ties into each other. Plus, going back to the first part of this fucked up story is Linda McMahon in her A1 steak sauce. it ties directly into the increase in AI that they're going to use for the education system, and they're going to replace what we currently have as public schools into either online schools that are AI based, that are part of I don't remember the foundation's name that does it. They put out the like really, really racist, like Christopher Columbus was a good guy, slavery was okay, like little children's
Oh,
videos, and they teach
the
kids.
Federalist Society. That.
No, it's even worse. It's part of the like Moms for Liberty group stuff,
Oh yeah,
and
fuck those
like
people.
and the Hillsdale College groups, like the worst of the worst.
Lawrence,
And
you know who
then
teaches at
Palantir.
Hillsdale College? Sorry, I'm jumping in for 1 second because Lawrence, I'm having a childhood
John Miller,
flashback. Yes, my high school crush.
who
The
is
edit.
Oh,
the right wingiest of right wingers.
oh,
Yep.
oh.
He was assistant editor to my editorship of the school newspaper, and he has books who get served up next to Ann Coulter books, and he is a professor at Hillsdale College.
Oh, I'm sorry
I've been,
that you ever had to have a crush on him.
he was cute in high school, and he smoked weed and listened to Pink Floyd. I don't know what to tell you.
Uh, something
He wore
broke.
little John Lennon sunglasses and tie dye.
Something broke in him. Like
Yeah,
that's the thing, is something broke in people, because this isn't morally acceptable behavior. But
yeah. No, it
and
was
then
Dana. He had a crush on Dana, and she
He did
rejected
not.
him.
I had a much bigger crush on him.
You were the editor, and he was the co-editor, and that's the moment that he
Assistant
learned.
editor. Assistant
it was the
editor.
power control.
Right,
It
right,
was that power.
right. You took a job that rightfully belonged to a man, and
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. On sorry, the tangent, but a good one. On Three Imaginary Girls, my music website, years ago, I wrote a retort to a story that he wrote for the National Review, because that's who he wrote for back then. And it was called like the 50 most conservative rock songs of all time. That was the story he wrote. And he went song by song talking about why they were so beautifully regressive. And I wrote a song by song takedown of his analysis, including a photo of him in high school with the tie dye and the glasses. And he actually blogged about it on their, this was, in like 2006 or something. So on their blog, and he was sweet about it. He was like, this is a friend from high school. Let's just say she veered left and I veered right. But you should go read it. And yes, I'm sad to say those photos of me are real. So he was a good sport, and we reconnected about it. But the number of like the traffic explosion to my tiny music blog, and the haters who came after me from that.
Mm.
oh my god, I'm
I
sure.
should
Yeah,
try to go. I should go find and repost that story on Substack, because it was. I don't remember all of the song picks. I remember the Taxman was on it. That was the one that I was like, okay, yeah, you got that one by the Beatles. But he had Ben Folds 5 Brick on there because he was like, it's an anti-abortion song. And I'm like, no, it's a song about choice. It's okay to feel really sad after an abortion and still be happy it
Yeah.
happened. Quit missing nuance, you morons. Anyways, Hillsdale, you got me all excited when you said that.
Yeah. But it all comes back to the AI stuff. Is AI is being built with a bigotry and bias into the models and the responses and the data. And they're going to use it to build into, in a much more rapid version of, like, say, the Hitler Youth. They're going to use it to indoctrinate and propagandize our children as quickly as possible to try and push this white makes right nonsense that they're doing. That's my fear. And that's my fucked up Friday story,
yeah.
is they're destroying the education department so that they can teach our kids using AI based hate, and or private religious schools where you have no protections as a child with disabilities. Oh, and good luck if you're not rich or white to get into any schools, because they're going to be expensive as hell.
Jesus. Yeah,
You know
that's a
what?
good one, Nick.
I never thought about all of the I work at, a corporation, and everything right now, every leader is like, but what are you doing in Gen AI? What are you doing in the Gen AI space? And we all know that in doing anything with AI, it's because they're going to get rid of our jobs as soon as we figure out how to do our jobs appropriately. And of course, that's what's happening in education too.
Yep.
They're just optimizing for dollars, which is not the proper role of government.
They're
I,
taking the humanity out of everything.
Yeah, they really are with this, and I nearly picked this for my story, Nick, and I was like, "I bet Nick is picking it because I saw something that you had posted about it," and, I'm still trying to find this most conservative rocks story, and my old website is not indexed well. Oh,
That's okay. You're up, Dana.
yeah.
What is your fucked up Friday story?
Hold on one. Okay, I have no memory of doing this, Lawrence, but apparently I posted it to Daily Kos because I just found it by 3 Imaginary Girls on Daily Kos.
Wow.
It's a reprint of the story.
Crazy.
I did not do that. I don't well, if I did, I don't remember it, but this is the whole story.
Yeah. It probably would have been at my urging. I was a big Daily Kos fan back in the day.
Oh my god. Okay. 2006, I was right about the year. Okay, so yours is an excellent pick. It might get my vote. I don't know. We shall see. But here is my pick, and I'm sure a lot of you heard about this yesterday. And
Oh, Kimmy's here.
similarly,
Hi, Kimmy. Sorry.
oh hey Kimmy, we heard you might be coming. Nice to nice to see you in the chat. Um, okay, I kind of want to just scream read my headline because of the rage. So I will just read the headline off from The Guardian that I'm going to cut and paste into the chat here that reads Department of Justice seeks single day sentence for
Oh,
officer
I
who
saw
fired
that.
into Breonna Taylor's home. Gah! That's not me cheering with excitement. That's me screaming in all caps of like, fucking fuck. One
Yeah.
day, Lawrence. One
One day.
day. One day. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
But you know it will, because this is the DOJ's recommendation, and we're living in the most fucked up fucking times ever. And I was when they announced this, this is several years old now. This story, I'm sure everyone in this chat remembers it, but to jog your memory, this was March 2020. So right as COVID is moving in, we're all at home or about to all be at home. And Breonna Taylor is sound asleep at home in bed. And police officers break in and open fire and kill her in her fucking sleep in bed.
Because
And
they got the wrong house.
oh, oops, wrong house. We felt
My
so
bad.
threatened. We were in harm's way. What did they think she was going to do? Sleepwalk into them? Snore at them? She's fucking asleep, a 26-year-old lovely young woman, I believe a nurse or a nursing
A
student.
nurse. Yeah. She was
Yeah,
either, yeah, she was a nursing student, I think. Yeah.
yeah, I think so too. And it's been 5 years. That part is a little foggy. But what's not foggy is the outrage, the national outrage, and the cultural conversation that came forward here of like, Black people are safe nowhere.
Right.
There's always an excuse. This was on the tail end of a like, or right in the throes of like a lot of prominent police murders of Black bodies for
Was
no
this
good
before?
reason. And there was always like, well, but they did this. Oh, but she shouldn't have done that. This woman was fucking sleeping. So there was like absolutely no ambiguity here. Although people tried to make ambiguity. Oh, well, her boyfriend yelled. Well, fucking yeah, yelled. There were people with guns charging into their house in the middle of the night. Do
Right.
you wake up fully coherent at recognizing a situation? Never,
Right.
ever.
Right.
And there was such conversation about like cops being held accountable. And this was unquestionably like the shut and closed case of these guys should never be allowed to be cops again. These guys should be going to prison. Like they ended, they snuffed a beautiful light. Like this was a life with so much potential and joy. It could have been anybody, and no one deserves to be gunned down in the middle of the night. But Breonna Taylor just became this, not just more than just the human she was. She was a symbol of everything that was wrong. One fucking day, Lawrence. One fucking day.
Yeah. That I it it's disgusting. I don't know a better way to describe it other than disgusting and heartbreaking. And yeah, I like what my brain boggles. I'm not even coherent at this point because I'm just
It,
so angry about that one.
everything with this administration is like let's take the worst of the worst, anything that'll own the libs, anything that
And
will
make it worse.
make the outrage go to 11, and let's like jab right on that. And this is just, it's both symbolically monstrous, but it is also like humanly fucking monstrous. So that is
It
my fucked
sent
up Friday pick. Although I had a
it sends a big message too.
Right. Yeah.
yes, there will be no consequences. Okay, Steve Uppendahl. So using that formula, Luigi Mangione should only get about 10 days in jail, right?
Right. Yeah.
He
Time
should get
served.
off
He's
scot
free.
free, right?
Yeah.
They should just drop his charges. Then again, I don't ever condone murder. I don't condone murder. That being said,
Right.
that individual may or may not have been directly responsible for the policy choices that killed people. And I think we should hold people accountable legally. Like, I think there should be a true way we hold those who make policy decisions that kill people accountable for it.
Yes.
Because then they won't do it.
We're
You actually
being
put them in
accountable.
jail, they won't do it.
Yes, and Fusen just wrote, I've been imprisoned more than once for literally nothing. So cousins in the US, be careful. It's coming to you. It's already there.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's here.
Possibly for this, you guys. So if we disappear one day.
Right. Yeah. They're going to look at the videos like this. And, I mean, I'm gay, I'm Jewish, I'm politically outspoken. I'm on the list for sure. I'm in student loan debt.
Mhm. Right. Oh, speaking of student loans, Nick, there was something I forgot to add to your story that
Yeah.
my ex-husband sent to me. That it was a pull quote from Vox behind the paywall. I should try to find the story. But he just sent me a screenshot of it. That it was somebody. It was a professor, and I can't remember the person's name. I'll go find it. Stating, we may, if this goes through, which of course it's going to, we may not be able to issue student loans this year.
Yeah.
And this is relevant to us personally, of course, because we have two high school age kids who I've been instilling in them since they could think of like, don't go into student loan debt. But the reality is they may need to go into a little student loan debt to bridge the gap if they go to school in the US because it's astronomically expensive. There may
Hmm.
be no loans. So there
Or
will
Pell
be,
Grants
yeah,
or grants. Like,
yes,
that's a big thing is people aren't talking about is the grant money is gone, goes through the Department of Education and is fed out.
Right.
Also, all your children's disability information is protected in the Department of Education. They want to move it to Health and Human Services
Yep.
under RFK Jr. so that they can make lists of children with disabilities to send them to camps or whatever fail out centers and send them into work and disappear them from the idea of society again. Because RFK Jr. has said it before is there weren't people who are autistic when I was growing up. Yeah, there fucking were. You just sent them to the hospitals or you lobotomize them because that's what your family does
Right.
right.
and you never see them.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to my kids.
No, I don't want that to happen to
Sorry.
anybody's kids.
Free outspoken Jews kind of makes sense because one of the things that, if we want to look at the good side of what Jewish people in America have done, is we stick with those who are oppressed because those of us who learn the lesson never again, we sort of learn that lesson and we're like, oh, hey, we're going to protest with everybody. We're going to live and be and support everybody else because we went through it never again.
Right.
The
Right.
good side of Judaism. I will
Right.
say there's a
The
Yeah.
lot.
Tikkun Olam. It is
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
job to help fix a broken world,
That's
Yeah.
what I
And
took
not
from
to
him.
do it with the promise of heaven.
Right.
Or whatever afterlife, but because it's the thing we're supposed to do and we need to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a part of being human. It's a part of showing up as being human is to
Anyway, I've
stand with
kicked
the
in the
oppressed
Fucker
and
Friday. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm helping. I'm raging on my nomination, but I'm also adding some data points to augment yours because
Oh,
what kind of nation will we be if when even an in-state college is, I don't know, 12, at least around here, I think it's about 12K a year tuition only, and then room and board in Seattle. I mean, that
it's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
super expensive. Like, I don't know that many people like, let's just say conservatively, you get $1,500 a month apartment. That's very conservative. Like, yeah, Student loans, if they go away, like only the very wealthy will be getting
Hmm. That's the
post
point.
high school education. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or primary education, let
Right.
alone post.
Right. Right. Well, primary education conducted by A1 Steak Sauce. And
Yep.
yeah,
Brought to you by WWE and A1.
right. Yeah. Two great tastes that go great together.
Oof. Oh, shoot. Look how late it is. Lawrence, we need your story.
Okay, Lauren.
All right. Here's mine. So this makes me crazy. This is super fucked up to me. I don't know that it necessarily like wins on the outrage meter, but Emile Beauvais has been nominated by Trump to get a seat on the Third Circuit,
Full-time
Third
seat.
Circuit Court of Appeals, which means that he would then be a federal judge and available to name to a Supreme Court opening. Emile Beauvais is a fucking shitbag. He is a Heritage Foundation nut job who believes in the dismantling of government. This is the guy who oversaw the firing of the attorneys and FBI officials who were involved in the January 6th investigations, right? So the people who investigated January 6th got fired by Emile Beauvais. He coordinated with New York City Mayor Eric Adams to drop the case against Adams so that Adams would go along with Trump's immigration policies in New York. And he is sort of famous at this point for basically telling the people that he has been working with that the Department of Justice could tell the courts, fuck you, and basically ignore any court ruling in just bald defiance of any authority of the courts. So he's incredibly strongly opposed. There are 900 letters from former Department of Justice attorneys and 75 justices that cite ethical, legal, and temperamental concerns with him. And in the like fuck you of all fuck yous, the committee, the Judiciary Committee, yesterday voted on whether they were going to move his nomination forward to the full Senate. Senate Democrats on the committee objected that they weren't given opportunities to speak out against Beauvais, and Grassley, the oldest man in the Senate at 197 years old, went ahead and moved the motion forward anyway so that Beauvais was approved basically on a Republican Party line vote because Democrats walked out. And so Democrats are saying that therefore, if they weren't there to provide quorum, it wasn't legal. Grassley is saying yes, it was. So this guy is moving forward to full Senate confirmation, which he has the votes. We know he's going to get confirmed. So this is my fucked up Friday story because this is literally one of the worst people that we could imagine being on a federal bench and then potentially being a Supreme Court justice. All of the bullshit that we've been talking about that we fear is going to happen under Trump authoritarianism that is, obviously here and advancing, it's going to be worse, and it's going to be made legal by a Supreme Court that this dude is on. Like, God forbid one of the liberal three steps down, like Kagan or Sotomayor, who are both old. It would be a 7-2 conservative lock, and we would have somebody as insane as Beauvais writing majority opinions that would literally dismantle American democracy for forever, for at least a generation, but forever probably.
Because it would never come back from there.
Right, because we couldn't come back. We couldn't come back. It would take a literal bloody revolution for us to come back from a situation like that.
And just to make your story even more fucked up, because I'll add to the fucked upness of what this might lead to, is don't forget there's a judge in Florida who Donald Trump salivated over during his trials when she dismissed his case on frivolous bullshit. Is Eileen Cannon. She may come back too. And even more fucked up is, guess what's more common nowadays than it has been in a long time is political assassinations. And what happens if somebody doesn't step down, is removed in that way? What happens then? We have no voice to say they can't replace them at that point. They have to be replaced.
Right. I seriously worry about this, Nick. Political assassinations are on the rise. And absolutely, like my nightmare scenario is that somebody, some lone wolf accidentally, not accidentally, on purpose knocks off, Ketanji Brown Jackson or Sonia Sotomayor or both or all three Kagan, and then we get
Or
we get a
even what's her name? Amy Coney Barrett.
right, because she's not living up to their hype and expectation.
Yeah, because in the end, why would they want a woman on the Supreme Court? There's
Right.
the only ones who tend to dissent anymore are the women.
All
Even
right, we
Amy
got to
Coney
vote
Barrett
because
dissents.
Fasoon and I are doing a dirty talk right after this.
Oh,
So
that's right. We only have 4 minutes till
That'll be
dirty
fun.
talk. Make sure y'all.
This has been so much fun, by the way.
This has been so much
well,
fun.
we're not quite done because now we vote. We get the chat to vote on who wins Fucked Up Friday, Nick. It could be you.
It could be
Who's
you.
most
So
fucked
we've
up
got Nick's
today?
story is the dismantling of the Department of Education and everything that involves. My story is the 1-day sentence that's likely coming for Breonna Taylor. And Lawrence's is the passy or how he hasn't passed.
Right. Emile Beauvais potentially getting voted out of committee and potentially being approved to the federal bench.
These are all so fucked up, you guys. In the chat, weigh in with the name, Nick, Dana, or Lawrence. Who wins Fucked Up Friday?
Vote. Polly, yes, making the right choice.
Lawrence out for a strong start.
Lawrence, Dana, Ty, Lawrence, you are all the winner. Dana, Lawrence, we're like arm wrestling.
Lawrence,
Three-way
you're
tie
up
for
there.
fuckery. Dana, Nick, Lawrence. This is a close one.
All right, Nick, you got to vote, Victor.
Oh, I'm coming in.
Nick's got 2. Lawrence, Dana, all of it.
Oh, Lawrence, you're coming in strong today.
I think I might win by a hair here, but that's okay. Dana, you can't win every single one of them.
And it's okay because Emile Beauvais will just help usher in the destruction of the Department of Education and everything else faster.
Right. And, allow cops to get off with no sentence for murdering people in their beds.
For a day, Yeah. Oh, yeah, and don't worry if we all get disappeared.
Right. Yeah, Wendy was talking about black bagging people in Spokane. We're next.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
This has been so much
winner.
fun. Wow.
We're all the losers because
we're all losers.
But we're all the winners because at least we're all here learning and commiserating together, which is the goal. And oh, wow, I like the in a row. The stories are all fucked up. Yeah, Noble Blend and Beth Cruz coming in with like almost word for word the same. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Lawrence and I are going to be on tomorrow. We hit our paid sub goal of 40. We've actually surpassed it by quite a bit. But that means tomorrow we will be showing up in formal wear.
Formal wear tomorrow. Saturdays are noon. Remember, Saturdays are noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Yes, we need to sleep in a little bit. And we will be in formal wear. We will be joined by Sunny Hong, who is one of my best friends, and she was our 40th paid sponsor. So she's going to come on and join us as we're being all fancy for you. So we hope to see you there tomorrow. May your Fridays not be too fucked up. And we love you all. Mean it. Thank you for joining, Nick. This has been such a blast.
Nick. You were awesome.
You.
Love you, mean it. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, bye.
Bye.